Welcome back to the Life Unscripted Since 2002 podcast.
With your hosts, Holly and Morgan. Today's episode is about overcoming procrastination. We're going to talk about our own personal experiences with procrastination and some advice that we have for all of our listeners. Do you want to tell your procrastination story first?
So, about 4 years ago, back in 2020, I entered college. And that was a hard time, you know. We were in the peak of COVID. And, so I went to state my first year of college. And obviously, most of y'all won't know where the heck that is. So I went to state my first year, which was not my first option ever. State wasn't even on my agenda of places that I wanted to go. I always wanted to go to Marshall, but because of COVID, I ended up at state. Well, I hated state. I didn't want anything to do with state, and I didn't care. I was like, don't care, screw the school, don't want to be here, flat out, just done. So that reflected into my school life, obviously, because I was like, ew, F this, this school sucks. And really, honestly, I don't think state is as bad as I project it to be. I think I just really didn't want to be there. I wanted to be where I'm at now. That's the backstory of basically the school I went to my first year was a school I didn't even want to be at. That's just the beginning of it.
And I feel like that also ties into how your environment can play a factor in not only your mental health, but it can reflect in the way that you act and like your attitude, like your outward attitude.
Yes, 1000%. Mind you, since I transferred to state, I didn't even schedule until the first week of classes was already over. So now I'm behind. Plus, I mean, it was the first week, so it's like whatever. But anyway, so now I'm starting on a down. I'm starting behind. To top it all off, I had recently went through a breakup 2 weeks before. No. A week before.
Your classes started.
Yeah, a week after the breakup. So, a week after me and my ex got in a breakup. We got into a breakup.
You never got out either.
Never, ever. So, a week before classes started, I had just gotten a breakup with a person. And, yeah, so I was down bad. I'm starting school in the peak of a breakup. So, I'm now depressed. Me and my ex work together. So, not only do I have to sit here and dwell on this said breakup, I have to see the man every freaking day. And we have the same friend group, and we're both stubborn as hell. Like, I'm not leaving my friends, you're not leaving your friends. Sucks, we're gonna see each other then. Let's just say, a lot of factors led into my depression. So, on top of depression, plus the school I don't even want to go to, I didn't care. Didn't care a single bit. Most of my classes were virtual. I had like one class in person, maybe two. This is funny, because I actually went to my education courses, but my general courses, because it's like freshman year is just general, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't care. Did not care. That stuff, I was like, I already learned this stuff, I don't care.
Yeah, I just went through this in high school, so why am I doing it again?
Exactly. Because they love money, and they love to make us take classes we don't need.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I had biology in person. Oh, God. Principles of biology, mind you. With a professor from, like, a different area. I don't know what his accent was, but he had an accent. And I was anxious and didn't care, and going through it. So I literally would just sit there with my AirPods in. I go to class for the attendance points with my AirPods in, listening to music. What are you doing? Why even go? Why waste your gas to go all the way 30 minutes from home to sit in a class and listen to music? You're better off just not going.
Yeah.
Let's just say
that's a waste of time.
Yeah, I did in fact withdraw though, so it's a W, thank God, instead of an F. Idiot. So yeah, I withdrew from that class finally, because I obviously wasn't doing anything. So any bit of homework I'd have, I procrastinated on. I would work 40-hour weeks on purpose so I could run away from my problems. Never was doing my homework, didn't care about anything. The quizzes, I would just BS, I'd half-ass do it if it got done. I still cannot tell you how I somehow passed that first semester. Somehow, some way I passed. That's basically all there is to that first semester. I didn't do my homework. If I did, I waited till the last freaking moment to do it. So in December, I tell myself, me and this other guy, we're not getting back together. We need to stop dwelling on this whole situation. It is what it is. The past is the past. We gotta move on. So, I think I'm going to start January all happy dandy, and I'm going to take school seriously. So I thought. I tried my hardest to go into this new semester with a better mindset. Because I'm like, we're not doing this depression anymore. We're not doing this. The only person I am hurting is myself. I'm not hurting anyone else. I'm hurting myself. And I tried. And then I had 2 math classes online.
Oh God, not the math. See, my thing is you can take like English or like history online and it's mostly fine, but math or languages,
Oh, God.
no, not online.
Yeah, and they were hybrid classes, so they would be like Zoom calls. So your class was through Zoom, and I'd have an 8 a.m. Yeah, I had a class from 8 a.m. to 9:15 and 9:30 to 10:45. So I'd have virtual class like every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 10:45. Laugh.
Yeah.
Let's just say, guys, once again, for my attendance points, I would wake up, I would join it, I'd go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting here on my classes. I would set an alarm for the end of the class so I could leave. Why? Like, every time because this feels like forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I reflect on this stuff, I'm just like, me now would never.
Yeah. I mean,
would
it was
never.
4 years ago.
You know, 18, going through depression, not caring, first year of college and COVID. Like,
And that's why a lot of people drop out because they're like, I can't continue like this, so they just drop out and do something else.
Absolutely not. I didn't have. If I went down that path, which comes to farther in the story in a minute, I would have dropped out. So the next semester happens, obviously. I do get better grades than that first semester. They still weren't good. I think I got a D in one of the math classes. What a shock.
Yeah.
Is anyone shocked? Be for real. So I transfer down here, guys. Let's just say Marshall doesn't put up with that type of shit. They don't put up with it.
Mm-mm.
If you want to F around and find out, you will find out. And I did find out. I sure as hell found out. So I get down here and I was like, I care, but not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I care like a tiny bit. Not enough care. Not enough care. So my first semester I was down here, I didn't even tell y'all that part. I started out as a secondary math education major. That's what I did both semesters at State and my first semester here at Marshall. So I took statistics, obviously, because it's part of the math education program. So I had to take statistics my first semester down here. Let's just say that didn't work out. I got a 13%.
Oh, God.
Because I never did the homework. I mean, there's a lot more backstory to that first semester down here. I was obviously anxious because I just moved out. Like, there was 2 different deaths in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Back to back, basically. One in September, one in November. I just stopped caring. There was something in me that did not allow me to care. I didn't care. I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna fail anyway. My GPA already sucks. I've already lost all my scholarships. That's another one.
Yeah.
Not caring, not trying, made me lose my scholarships. I got to keep one of them. Or no, my first semester down here, they let me keep all my scholarships. So because of 2020, they gave us the benefit of the doubt, basically. And so that first year I was down here, I did get to keep them all. Well, guys, so I go through the semester, I procrastinate every assignment I have. I had a planner, but I barely used it. I stopped using it after week 3, and I just wouldn't do the work. And my mom would get on me like crazy because she couldn't understand what was wrong either, because I didn't act like this in high school. My grades were good in high school. I did my work, I got everything done. I never had this problem until college, and I know a lot of it's just mental. I stopped trying. I turn everything late if it's on time at all. It's a shocker if it was ever on time. So I went to my advisor and I was like, I just really don't think math education's working for me anymore. These math classes are harder than I thought. I really don't even see me doing this. I kind of just want to do elementary ed. And that was because that program seemed more structured, because it is more structured. I just changed majors because I just don't think math education was for me anymore. But yeah, she agreed that I should just change majors because what I had told myself was, mind you, I always loved math. Math has been my favorite subject my whole entire life. It still is my favorite subject. So I convinced myself that the math was the problem.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, I don't think they were just too hard. You just didn't want to do it.
Yep. I convinced myself that it was just too hard.
Yeah.
Do it. Because I kept falling. I kept failing these math classes because I wasn't trying at all. There wasn't a bit of me trying. I didn't care. So because I didn't care, I failed. I dropped one of the classes. I failed statistics, so I got a W on my transcript and like an F. Academic probation.
Yeah, literally.
I got probation because Marshall doesn't play games.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. Like, state's so much more lenient on that crap. Marshall don't care, honey. Because their thing is they can have another person come right up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't need you. Get out the door. So, they said, probation. And I said, well, hell. So, in case y'all don't know, probation is when you have a below a 2.0. And if you fail another semester and you don't get your GPA up, they suspend you for a full year. Or it might be either a full year or a full semester. Because what they see is you don't care, you're not trying, we're wasting our resources. Like, what's the point?
And you're taking their statistics down.
Yup. Because now I'm one of the numbers on what someone got in that class.
Yup.
A 13%? Really? Academic probation. Well, hell, now I have to have a meeting with my advisor.
Mm-hmm. Another one.
And I basically get told, like, what academic probation is, what that consists of, why I'm on it, blah, 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 and a plan for improvement. This semester, I literally told myself I'm on academic probation. It's now or never. I can fail another semester. Like, this is the semester of my, like, transition.
Yeah, you really got an ultimatum. It's like, either you do it or you don't. There's no in between.
There was no option anymore. The option was you do it and you pass, and you continue on with college, or you drop out, say I tried, wasn't for me,
something else.
Find something else as a career because this isn't it. So, you get your head on your ass and you do it, or you just don't and you say screw it. And I was like, well, hell. So I literally, this is like when I had my whole mindset switch. Like, I finally started taking school serious. I had a planner. I wrote down every single assignment, like, on all my syllabus. I wrote them down on my planner. Like, actually used my planner, mind you. I had a planner the whole entire school year. Didn't use it in the fall. Opened the bitch up in the spring, because my mom tried everything she, like, knew to do to help me. She wanted me to succeed in school. She knew I could. I just had to want it. So, I get my planner out, I write all my assignments down, and from that point forward, I start doing my assignments. I make sure I knew the due dates, and then I got off academic probation, and I'm here now, dang it. And ever since then, that was the first semester I ever got the dean's list, too. That semester, I literally went from academic probation to the dean's list, because I was done acting a fool. What helped me this first, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. He said, you never do that again. I just remembered this. Something that helped me a lot my semester when I changed to elementary ed is our major is very hands-on. You're always doing group work. You have to have conversations in class.
I think that doing hands-on work and more like group work and stuff like that, as much as I hate group work, it does get you more involved. And like I said, with more hands-on stuff, I think you're more motivated to do the work because you're in class and you have to.
Yep. And that's like a lot of our assignments would be in class, and it's like, all right, this is due Saturday, don't forget about it. I went from not caring to caring. It took a big 360 moment to happen.
Yep.
But once I stopped procrastinating and actually finding a purpose for everything, here we are.
Well, my procrastination story is nothing like that. It is nothing like that because it's only happened to me one time ever. Actually, before I go into my story, I do want to say that while I was listening to you, I was over here thinking, I feel like procrastination has 3 clauses. And I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways. So I think the first one is just depression, like period. Because if you're depressed, then you don't want to do anything. So that leads to procrastination.
Yep.
And then the second one is lack of motivation, maybe because you don't like what you're doing, you don't like the major you're in, you know, some external factor that's making you lack motivation. The third could be just as simple as you have really bad ADHD. And most people can't help that, but it's just a fact. And that's what can cause procrastination. So I think definitely mental health is a huge thing because from your story, it sounds like a lot of your problems with school and procrastination came from specifically severe depression. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that struggle with that. And if you're severely depressed, obviously you're going to procrastinate.
Yep.
So, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, obviously you can looking back, but when you're in the moment,
no,
not really.
I just blame it on anything but my own problems.
Exactly. You blame it on any external factor you can find except your inside.
Yep. When that was all mental.
Yep.
But I was like, these math classes just must be too hard. Switch. But like, I had more reasons than just that, but like, that, like, one of the reasons that I dropped math education was, for one, I didn't feel like it was a, like, community, and two, it just didn't feel right anymore. So I said, well, I have a pull to push it, I'm gonna follow my gut, and that's what I did.
Do you regret switching your major?
No. My thing is, my roommate, my first year down here, is also what helped me, like, not like people my age, and I didn't want to teach anybody my age because they lack respect.
Secondary education is hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Alright, so back to my procrastination story, which really, it is procrastination, but it's not, but it is. So, anywho, the one time ever that I have ever procrastinated anything or turned in something late is last year. I was having a guy over for the weekend, and we found out about the test, I believe, like Monday, and the test was due Saturday night at midnight. So it was online. However, it was a written test, so it wasn't like A, B, C, I just go through and choose, or I look them up. No, this was like, here's the question, you have to give out a good, well thought out response. So it was going to take a lot of time and effort. I'm not sure what I did the week leading up to the test being due, but I think I was working, I had other homework, and, you know, I just had a lot going on. Yes, I was depressed and anxious, but nothing like severe. So, and I don't think the test opened up like Monday. I think it opened up maybe like Thursday or Friday, I believe. So it was only open for a few days. We only had a few days to take it. Here comes the weekend, and Friday comes, and I'm like, oh, I'll do it Saturday. Okay, well, Saturday comes. This guy is at my apartment, and some really not good things happened, and I completely forgot about the test. Completely forgot about it, and I think it was like 11:15 p.m. At this point, and I literally, my brain clicks, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about this test. Like, completely forgot about it, because I had so much other stuff on my mind. And so I was like, oh my god, I have to go take this. Like, I literally went to my room, shut the door by myself, left the guy in the living room, like, I've got to do this. So I log in, I look at the test, and I'm like, there's absolutely no way I can do this. And because at this point it was like 11:30, I was like, there is absolutely no way I can do this test in 30 minutes. Because like I said, I had to, you know, go back in my book, find really thought out answers, and write it down. This wasn't like a BS test. No. This was like, I had to try. I thought of a little devious plan in my head, and the devious plan was to write out a couple of the questions, like really good thought out answers for 2 of the questions, and then turn it in at like 11:55, and then the next morning email the professor and be like, oh my god, my test didn't save. It saved wrong. Like, I didn't save it when I was done, and it just uploaded what I had when I saved it last. And so I do my 2 questions. Don't worry about it. Wake up the next morning around 10 a.m. I email the professor. I'm like, oh my god, like, my test didn't save, and it uploaded what I had from my last save point. Is there any way that I can email you the answers of what I did from the test? Because it didn't save. And he ended up emailing me a few hours later and was like, yeah, that's fine. I sent him the rest of the test, and I got an A on it. Thank God. So, yeah, that's my worst ever procrastination story from when I was anxious and depressed and had a lot going on that week.
Yeah. I can remember exactly what we were talking about. Ugh.
Yeah. Let's get into our advice portion. I'll go first. So I think one of the big things, like I said, procrastination can most of the time be caused by mental health. And so I think one of the things that I would personally do if you're really struggling with procrastination would be to check up on yourself mentally and see a counselor if you need to, talk to a friend, or anything to try to get you on the up and help with like your depression. And then along with getting help mentally, I think if you're really struggling with a course, a specific class, or even a specific topic that you are going over in class, ask the professor for help. I think one thing that I've struggled with here in college is asking for help. Specifically maybe asking the professors for help, or even something as simple as getting a tutor. It's like my last resort to get a tutor for some reason. And I don't know why.
Mood.
I don't know why that's a mental block for me, because last year when I took accounting, I had to get a tutor. Like, it was not an option. I was not passing that class without a tutor. And so I got a tutor, and I ended up well passing the class.
Heck yeah, you do.
So my thing is if you're really struggling with a specific topic or specific class, ask for help. Ask your professor for help. See if there's tutors for this. Ask your friends for help. Like, if they know something. Like, if I had a problem with math, I would ask you. Like, just get some help if you need it. If that's something, because I can definitely see procrastination being a problem if you're already struggling with the subject. Like, I remember for accounting specifically, I didn't want to do it because I didn't know what I was doing. So if you don't know what you're doing and you know that you're procrastinating because you're struggling with the subject, then I would definitely recommend getting help.
I feel like surrounding yourself with people that are very helpful is a good thing. Having a college with the resources we have is a great thing.
Yes. Also surrounding yourself with friends who are motivated.
That, like, me and you we'll sit here, lock in, get things done.
And I'll be like, stop talking.
Literally.
Stop talking.
That exact tone. Stop freaking
Stop
talking.
talking.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to leave
You're
you.
procrastinating.
Shut up.
Stop procrastinating.
Yeah. She do be saying that, though. Not in a rude-ass tone.
No.
That's just me being extra. So, yeah. Basically, like you were saying, use your resources wisely. Use them. Take advantage of them.
Yep.
So, I think that's all I got to say on that one. One of my pieces of advice would be to use your planner and schedule things out.
Yes,
So,
that's actually one of my points. Well, kind of.
Get stolen.
I love my planner.
Yeah.
Love my planner.
If I didn't use my planner, actually, I know if I didn't use my planner, I would fail.
Yeah.
3 semesters of examples.
Yeah. So basically what we mean by using a planner is whenever you get your syllabus, there is a list of every major assignment that you're going to have. So basically what we do is take that list and put it into our planner for each of our classes. Every single one of our classes, we write down all the due dates, every single due date, all tests, all quizzes, everything, homework.
Yep.
And write it all down, which helps keep track of it, tells you when you need to do things, how much time you should allot for it, all things like that.
Everything.
Everything.
And that's like the first week of class. First week, that stuff's done. If not, the first day, because you have access to them on Blackboard. So I go in there and I'll go print, and then I'm over here for like 2 hours straight.
Yep.
Like, every assignment from the beginning to the end. Basically, use your planner, and then beside that, like, I put like dash schedule, because I feel like sometimes if I got my planner right here, because mine's like Monday through Saturdays, so it's like 2 pages, obviously. So if I got a ton of assignments due here and here, then I schedule out, I'm gonna do these, because if it's like due Wednesday, and I don't got nothing to do on Monday or Tuesday, then I'm gonna say, okay, well, this stuff's due on Wednesday, so Monday, I'm gonna start on Wednesday's work. So, yeah, you need to schedule out what you're gonna do, because that helps a lot. Because procrastinating, if it's due Wednesday, doing it on Wednesday, that's procrastination. Unless you have work or some other cause that is not allowing you to get it done until the day of,
What are you doing?
Don't wait till the day of.
Yeah.
What are you doing in need? Like, I get it. Working and all that is a pain in that thing, a double snake. But if I can do a clinical work and all that crap and still stay up to date and get a president's list and dean's list, you can do that.
Yeah. My next one kind of goes along with that, and it's make a list, which is pretty much like making a list of all your assignments and your due dates, which can be in a planner, or you can just write them down on a piece of paper and print it out each week, or, you know, each month, whatever. And going along with that, not letting things pile up, which is exactly what you were just saying.
Yep.
If you have 4 assignments due on Wednesday, do 1 Monday, 1 Tuesday, 2 Wednesday, or, you know, however, if you work
Whatever
one
the time
day,
is.
yeah, if you work Tuesday, get some done Monday, get some done Wednesday. Like, don't let it all pile up, and now you've got 4 assignments due on Wednesday, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't get this done.
And now you're procrastinating, and now you're procrastinating for a real one.
So we both agree, making a list, writing all your assignments down, having a planner, and not letting things pile up, huge to stop procrastination.
Yeah. My other one is find a purpose. Because I feel like if you have a purpose, you're more motivated, so you don't procrastinate, and then you're chilling. Because, like, my purpose, obviously, is I'm doing this so I can become a teacher, and I can't. I literally, what got me back on track back in the fall 2021, no, 22, what got me back on track is I literally told myself, I said, do you want to be a good teacher, or do you want to be a bad teacher? Because you can make it through with all these terrible grades and just half-ass it all you want. But do you want to be a terrible teacher like the ones you had growing up, or do you want to be somebody who is way better than whatever you had growing up?
Yep.
And someone who's motivational and who, like, I don't know, because, like, whenever I go to apply for jobs, they're gonna ask me about, like, how I did. If they ask me, I don't want to have to be like, oh, I half-assed my whole way through.
Yeah, and I mean, with job searching, your grades can be the difference between one candidate and another.
Yep. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and do this anymore because that's just no. So my purpose was I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to be a good one, not a half-assed teacher. And I was like, and then like something my professors always tell us is like in their classes is be the student that you want to teach.
Yeah.
So like we need to give them what we want our students to give us in the future, because you get what you give.
Yep.
And yeah, like I think just having really good professors like here have helped me tremendously. Because the second I transferred, or changed my major, I don't know why I keep calling it transferred. I mean, I did transfer. That helped too. After I got my hell in my ass. But having good professors that are motivational and they make you care helps a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like find a purpose is huge, because there's a reason you're in college to begin with. There's a reason you're, like, if you're in high school and procrastinating, like, your purpose is to graduate. Like, why am I here? To graduate. You can't really do anything about a college without a high school diploma. So that's, like, your obvious purpose. But for college, you are basically in charge of why you're even in college. No one's forcing you into the major you pick. So if you don't like what you're doing, change it. That's what I did. And I could change my major tomorrow if I wanted to. I'd be a complete fool because I got a year left.
Yeah.
But I could. No one's stopping you. So yeah, that's my last one.
My last bit of advice would be to maybe give yourself a reward. Like, sometimes I'll do that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get a coffee for myself today if I be productive. And then I'll go get a coffee, I'll sit down, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to be productive today. Or, you know, go buy yourself ice cream at the end of the week. Or if you study for a test and you do the test. Because sometimes I'll get test anxiety, so I'm like, I need a little reward. Like, go buy yourself ice cream, or, you know, little things, anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one.
Because I think rewarding yourself can be important to overcome procrastination and stay a little bit more motivated and task-oriented.
Which I think is also, like, don't be so hard on yourself, but be as hard on yourself as you need.
Yeah.
Like, be, I guess, grounded. Like, I guess that's a word for it, is like being grounded. Or being disciplined. That's the thing. Is like, because my therapist always tells me I'm very disciplined. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yes.
Because I feel like you have to be disciplined to keep on going when your whole life's falling apart, but you gotta force it back together.
Yeah, you have to be disciplined to set up a planner.
Literally.
Like, you have to be disciplined to wake up and go to class every day and not skip.
Literally.
And sometimes I still do.
Literally. So then those days I'm like, do I go every other time? Yeah. Do I have 2 skips this semester I can use? Yeah. Good night. Flop. But if it's past those 2 little days, then heck no.
Yeah.
Get up out of that bed.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like, it's not gonna matter anyway, I'm not going. But that's different compared to my first year of college where it didn't matter and I'm just sleeping through it. Don't be so hard on yourself and you'll make it through. It'll be okay.
Alright, well that's all we have for you today. And if you made it to the end of the video, comment the red apple emoji for school.
Oh yeah.
And teachers.
Yeah, teaching. Get that degree.
Alright, and we will see you in next week's episode. Bye bye.